right, so with us now to discuss is the Republican congressman from Colorado, Ken Buck, on the House Judiciary Committee. Congressman Buck, I want to play a quick soundbite from President Biden earlier today reacting to this and get your reaction on the other side.
The court has effectively ended affirmative action in college admissions, and I strongly disagree with the court's decision. We need to remember that the promise of America is big enough for everyone to succeed. You know, that's the work of my administration, and I'm always going to fight for that.
Why do you think the president has it wrong here?
Well, the president's got it all wrong. We need to make sure that we treat people equally, and we need to make sure that we don't discriminate against Asian Americans and others in admission to college. If we want to do something about, and we should do something about the gap between black student achievement and white student achievement, we should make sure that we have school choice in the inner cities. We should make sure that we take the teachers' unions to task and allow more merit-based opportunities in the inner cities. Those are things that will achieve what President Biden is talking about, not an artificial standard where a certain number of people based on race get into certain colleges.
Here's from Barack and Michelle Obama, part of their statement. They say, quote, "Like any policy, affirmative action wasn't perfect, but it allowed generations of students like Michelle and me," says the former president, "to prove we belonged." For the young students out there, Congressman, who might feel the exact same way as the former president, what would you tell them?
I would tell them, look to Tim Scott and look to Clarence Thomas and look to all sorts of role models who didn't need affirmative action, who worked hard in elementary school, middle school, high school, were admitted to universities because of their achievement, because of the merit of their actions and grades, and look to those as role models, as true role models for how to get ahead, and don't rely on some giveaway from a university or a government.
You know, Congressman, there's talk of maybe there could be some potential implications just beyond universities. For example, some of the biggest companies in this country, really around the world, Apple, American Airlines, Cisco, General Motors, Google, I'm just naming a handful here. They've backed Harvard and UNC, saying that diverse campuses lead to diverse workforces. Do you think there could be some implications here in the private sector?
Oh, I think there will be implications in the private sector. And what I would say is that equality, the idea that we are going to treat people equally based on merit, is something that corporations should look at also. And that's exactly what these corporations need to do. They need to make sure that they are hiring based on the merit. Discriminating against someone because of the fact that they're Asian or the fact that they're white is disgraceful. And if these corporations are truly wanting to help young people, they should be going into the inner city. They should be supporting these school districts and raising the standards. When a black student goes into a charter school in the inner city, the excellence that comes out of that charter school is comparable to any white suburban public school. And that's what we need to do, is to make sure we improve K through 12 education.
Congressman Ken Buck, House Judiciary Committee. Thank you for the time. Appreciate it, sir. Hope you come back.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.